The title of my presentation is Healing Parkinson's and Dementia, with the subtitle Qi and psico-neuro-immunitarie forces. The outline is how it all began with my wife. What and who is healing? Then I will give a short introduction to psico-neuro-immunoendocrinology. Then some words to Qi and Zhineng Qigong. Then I will present some basic quantum mechanical facts about human bodies and the quantum mechanical nature of Qi. The intention of this presentation is creating understanding for improved healing results. The healing effect of Zhineng Qigong can also be explained scientifically and medically. A demonstration that healing can take place from the outside, Qi, as well as from the inside, working with Qi and a strong will to heal. Let's start now with my biggest catastrophe of my life in 2017. My beloved Maren developed aggressive frontotemporal dementia. In conventional medicine, FTD cannot be stopped or slowed down. She only had a perspective of a few months to 1 year. Therefore, of course, I searched desperately for healing solutions and finally found them with Zhineng Qigong. A brief summary of her healing history. In summer 2017, increasingly severe symptoms appeared. An example, need to sleep up to 20 hours per day, speech disorders, movement disorders, stumbling and stiff movements, inability to add or subtract single-digit numbers. She forgot a lot, and partial failure to recognize me. In 2017, October, she received the diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia. In November, we traveled to Bali to a healing retreat, learning to use Qi. Yeah, and visualization, meditation, these are additional focuses she practiced. Already in December, first observable improvements appeared. And in April next year, she was fully recovered. Her healing activities were especially in connecting her consciousness with heart and with Qi. She guided Qi through her whole body for cleaning and for good and healthy information for all her cells and intercellular spaces. In her meditation, she always had the strong idea of becoming completely healthy again. She enjoyed every practice and have been very happy and delighted with each of her condition improvements. She always visualized a healthy and clean brain with its restoration to full functionality. This is the picture she visualized, and she observed a powerful, active nerve communication. As I'm a scientist in aquatic ecology, I was curious to understand scientifically and medically where the healing effect of Zhineng Qigong comes from. So I started to investigate this aspect and soon analyzed other alternative healing approaches too. We also already presented the cure of my wife at various conferences and lectures, as well as in a report. Available are these reports in German, in English, and in Chinese. You can download these reports in the languages given here. We also summarized our research in a book which will be published soon with the title Scientific Medical Basis of Alternative Healing Methods. In total, we examined 40 alternative healing approaches. Publication will be, we hope, at 2025, initially in German, but translations in English, French, and Spanish are planned. For all of you, this is a table from the book where we classified with different components and the healing effects of different alternative approaches. Here are the components of healing, and the second column is referring the results for Zhineng Qigong. And already now, here you can see that the best point number of 5 is several appearing in the column of Zhineng Qigong. So in the sum, as well as average healing effectiveness, Zhineng Qigong was or got the highest number in points. This I only for your information that Zhineng Qigong is a very good choice. Now the question, what and who is healing? Do we have a healing organ or healing center filled with Zhineng, that means wisdom and skills to direct, control, and successfully perform the healing? Not directly, but I will give a spoiler alert. It is our brain. Our body owns a lot of self-healing mechanisms. I will count up some. We have on a molecular level hormones, neurotransmitters, signaling proteins, DNA, repair, and much more. On cellular level, we have membrane sensors, cell death, apoptosis, lymphocytes, T and B cells, macrophages from the immune system. Then we have on a system level, of course, immune system and the system for supply and disposal. These are arranged by blood, lymph, intestines, lungs, and skin. And on the control level, this is mainly our brain. We have the psico-neuro-immunitarie coupling. Epigenetic, as well as placebo-nocebo reaction. A parasympathetic mode, a gut microbiome, and our 3 brains on gut, heart, and head brain. These are the most important, but there are some more. Healing, where from? Knowledge and expertise. What is triggering healing? How is healing coordinated? And which mechanism control the healing? At least is the question, what provides the necessary energy and information for this? So let's start with psico-neuro-immunitarie, abbreviated as PNIA. And this is now can be studied on normal universities. So it's a scientific term and also investigated scientifically. If we using Qi as well as PNIE, at least managed by our brain, we can receive a strong healing effect. If we don't know or use these mechanisms, the healing is very weak. Or yes, or it will not happen, healing. So we have the psycho component and the soma, our body. And there is a interaction between both components. You have to know that 85% of all diseases are triggered psychosomatically. Only 15% have a genetic, traumatic, an example, accident, and infectious background. So I will display the PNIE more in detail. We have here the psycho, that means positive and negative emotions. And we are dealing with thinking and believing, with consciousness and subconsciousness. Then we have the nervous system with the central and the autonomic nervous system. And there the communication is with nerve signals and neurotransmitters. Then we have the endocrine system for the production of hormones. And hormones are signaling molecules that trigger physiological reactions and are involved in cell communication. At least we have the immune system. The immune system reacts to stress signals and emotional states. And regulates the body's defenses in interaction with P, N, and E. Now, let us come to the general PNIE effects. A negative mind will bring cells and the metabolism in the disruption and block them. They are poisoned, of course. And a positive mind, cells and metabolism are optimal and well balanced. So already here you have the possibility to choose your life by adopting your mind, your thinking and beliefs to your idea of life. Now let us switch to Qi and Zhineng Qigong. The concept of energy plays a central role in Far Eastern and other traditional healing methods. You all know Qi as a component of TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. And of course of Zhineng Qigong. Then we have Prana, it's from Ayurveda, in Indian. Or Ki, an example in Reiki from Japan. And Mana and Lomi Lomi from Polynesia. And of course, there are some more. I think most of you know the common Zhineng Qigong exercises. For example, mention gathering Qi, that means collecting, absorbing, and concentrating Qi. Or La Qi, the open, close. Lift Qi up, or Qi down, also known as Qi shower. Chen Qi. And a lot of others. In addition to the standard Zhineng Qigong methods, I have developed the concept of the Qi creek. The idea is to have a feel-good place that uses the alpha brainwaves when falling asleep and waking up. The alpha waves enables us to get a better access to the subconscious. Important is that this day is thought to last the whole night, during which Qi is constantly flowing or cleaning through the sleeping body. To have an idea, I made this illustration. You have a nice nature, a peaceful environment, and you lay down in the Qi creek where water is not flowing, it's Qi flowing through the whole body. The whole night. We extended this concept for a person suffering from Parkinson's disease using a Qi waterfall to induce or visualize a stronger Qi flow. Would be one possible scene. Now, Qi and PNIE, main vectors for healing that trigger. This is covering self-healing and repair mechanisms. And I gave this already some slides before with the molecular, cellular, and so on level of healing. Now let us shift to basic quantum mechanical facts about human bodies. This we need to understand how is Qi working. This is now a complex or more complex issue, and the idea is to extract the thinking, but not understanding all mechanisms. The first statement is we are all vacuum beings. So let's take a look at the proper proportions of an atom. There we deal at least only with the dimensions. Atomic nucleus is approximately 10 femtometers in size, and we will extrapolate this to 1 meter for having a better understanding. Now we have a nucleus of 1 meter, and here we have the electrons which are surrounding in a probability cloud the nucleus. The distance between electron and nucleus is in a radius at 10 to 75 kilometers. Or in diameters the double, that means 20 to 150 kilometers. In other words, this results in an empty atomic volume of approximately 1,706,000 thousand cubic kilometers. In this example, this corresponds to 22.6 times the volume of the largest lake on Earth, the Caspian Sea. Every atom, and therefore all matter, consists of 99.99997% of space or vacuum. And this vacuum is connecting all things, also our bodies, to stones, to Earth, to animals, plants, planets, galaxies, and so on. We are totally connected with this space. The second statement is we are all energy beings. That means, hence, everything in the cosmos vibrates and oscillates. This includes elementary particles, atoms, molecules, cells, organs. To have an idea, an atomic nuclei has approximately 10 to the power of 22 hertz, meaning 10 trillion oscillations per second. Complete atoms have still 10 to the power of 15 hertz. Molecules approximately 10 to the power of 9. And cells still have around 1,000 vibrations per second. These are results from measurements done by physicists. Each vibration leads to electromagnetic vibrations and information fields that permeate the entire universe. Now, I will explain now where the energy is coming from. We have here the atomic nuclei. The proton is positive charge and the neutron is neutral. And neutrons and protons are free quarks, and the quarks are containing the matter. And they count to only 0.2%. Here, these are gluons, and these are the energy keeping the quarks together. And this energy was measured with 99.8% of binding energy. So you can state that our body energy is simultaneously Qi. So, second result, every atom consists of approximately 99.8% of pure energy. So with the energy beings statement, you can clearly say that we are constantly sending as well as receiving energy. So this together with being vacuum as well as energy beings and our connections with the emptiness of all matter, with every animal and plant, as stated before, we are at least embedded in the whole universe. That means the void connects everything in our cosmos with each other. This is important when we go on with this presentation. We have a totally connection and energy exchange. And in the vacuum, the energy exists and is called zero-point energy. This energy is not limited to electromagnetic fields, but refers to all types of quantum fields. Energy fields contain information that can interact, in example, with resonance or constructive or destructive interferences. Now we are coming to the main point of this presentation, the quantum mechanical nature of Qi. Again, we have here the model of atom, and we are now dealing a little bit with quantum space energy, where no particles or fields are detectable. It arises from mechanical oscillations. And they are everywhere present or existing in every point in space. Theoretically, each cubic centimeter of space contains enormous energy potential. This energy mediates interaction between particles and fields in the universe. And the experimental proof of this energy is the so-called Casimir effect. The connection to universal energy is a kind of universal life force, and that connects all things in the universe. There's also an interaction with consciousness. Okay. With our consciousness, we might access and influence this fundamental energy. We can virtually pick out a desired future from the quantum mechanical ocean of all possibilities and realize it over time. For example, healing objectives and so on. And don't look to the formulas here. They are only presenting a mathematical and physics relationship. So in the space, which is in everything, we have electromagnetic fields. Information fields. Attractors, rules for the universe. I will go into detail in the next slides concerning the attractors. In contrast to matter, we have no time in the quantum mechanical space or vacuum. And there are other things, but we will concentrate on these. The fine-tuning of the natural constants. These are the most important attractors we have. I will solve this in a few seconds. First of here, this incredible number or relationship between 1 to 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 123 is the probability that our universe was creatable. And these are numbers from Roger Penrose, who won 2020 the Nobel Prize. Exactly. Vanishingly small probability that determined whether our universe could develop and produce life at all. I will give you one example to understand the fine-tuning of the natural constants. We take gravitation. In case the gravitation was too strong, no cosmos can be developed because all matter is concentrated in one point. And the opposite is if the gravitation is too weak, there could be no aggregation of particles to form planets and suns, galaxies, and so on. And putting all this together, we can state, we call it Qi. Our body is mainly energy, and the energy is everywhere, and that's the same with Qi. So putting all things together, we first have Qi as attractive wisdom, as well as PNIE. And all are triggering or boosting the intensification of self-healing and repair processes and strengthening of the immune system. And a lot of more terms. This leads to relief or healing of, in example, Parkinson's, dementia, depressions, as well as cancer, diabetes type 2, multiple sclerosis, and much more. So the take-home lesson is trust Qi and yourself. And yourself is focus on PNIE, a strong will to heal. Qi contains the wisdom of the universe as well as how our body and cells and organs are working healthy or not. So when you use Qi, Qi can heal our body together with PNIE by practicing Zhineng Qigong. I hope I did not overstress you or overload you with a lot of complex information. Remember, the idea is the main point. If you have any questions, maybe we can do it after the presentation or just write me an email. And very important, never ever give up. At least all can be healed. Now I would like to end the presentation with the phrase that always promises us relief. Please palms on Duchi. And how la. So, thank you for listening and viewing the things. And I really hope that you got a little bit more motivation, that you got also the confidence in Zhineng Qigong as well as in yourself with PNIE. So I'm finished now.